Good afternoon, everybody, on this Thursday. I think it's Thursday, February 4th. It is about 1:20, and I'm sorry I didn't open the vlog earlier, but I'm not feeling myself. I mean, I don't feel sick, I just am tired, and I think part of that is that my back has been hurting for the last several days. I've literally been sitting here for like 3 days now with my heating pad on, which I have it again today. And what's good about it is that it is starting to help my foot stop hurting. My tooth is, for the most part, no longer in pain, except for like an occasional like poke, you know. But I've just been so tired the last couple of days, and I don't know why. But I'm not like sick, you know what I mean? Like I don't have a cold, I don't have any other symptoms other than just being tired. And it might be because I'm getting less than 7 hours of sleep a night. Maybe. Like, here's my sleep from last night. I got 6 hours and 26, don't mind all of the books on my desk. 6 hours and 26 minutes of sleep at 76% quality, which 76% quality is pretty normal for me. Average wise, it's usually in like 65 to 80% range, in that range quality. But I've been struggling to get more than like 6.5 hours of sleep. So last night was 6:26. The night before was 6 hours and 6 minutes, and then 6 hours and 22 minutes. And where's the last one before that? So this was the 31st, which was what, Sunday, Saturday into Sunday. I got 7 hours of sleep, 7 hours and 4 minutes. But then Friday into Saturday, I got 6 hours of sleep. So I think it's just that I've just not been sleeping well, like at all. At all. So I'm just so tired. And like, looking back, I very rarely get more than 7 hours of sleep. Except for a week ago Sunday, which I got 9 hours of sleep, and it felt amazing. I'm just so tired. So it's pushing 1:30, it's 1:25, and I just have to work on documents the rest of the day. So that's good. I don't need to have any energy. Just not feeling fantastic, so. I haven't had the energy to like empty out any boxes, which I still have like my 4 boxes over here that I need to empty. My makeup is still everywhere. I have these couple of boxes here. I still literally, I think, what did I say? I had a half a dozen in here. I still have half a dozen. I haven't emptied any of them. I haven't put my makeup away from my November, December, January beauty boxes. I just don't have any energy at all, and I'm just not sleeping well. Tonight will be the last time we go to my old house, and it's very sad. I was gonna say bittersweet, but it's not really bittersweet. There's not really much good about it. We spent 16 years of our lives there. I lived in that house longer than I lived in any other house that I've ever lived in. Because I was born in Western Pennsylvania, and I lived there until I was 6. And then I lived in my parents' house from 6 to 20, so that's 14 years. And then John and I got married when I was 20. We lived in our first townhome that we rented for a year, and then our first house for 4 years, and then this last house for 16. So this last house was the longest I ever lived in a single house, in a single place. I will miss it. I'm just sad to let it go. I love my new house. I love this house. Don't get me wrong. I love this house. I love it. I love all of the potential, all of the things that we want to do here. Some of them starting even this year. You know, we're going to put the greenhouse in. I'm hoping to get the chickens this year. I'm hoping to plant all of my fruits over on this side of the house, on that hill. And, you know, and the grapes and the strawberries and the blueberries and the peaches and the apples and the elderberries and all the fruits, and then all the vegetables in my greenhouse. And we're going to plant herbs and get a bunch of wood for next year. And then eventually, like, my long term is to remodel the basement so it's a really nice place, like living space, and then to put in eventually like an outdoor living area where we have like an in-ground pool. I've always wanted an in-ground pool since I was a kid. I wanted an in-ground pool. I'd like to put that behind the barn, you know, and we can do all that. We have the capability to do all that. Funding, not so much, but we have the ability, we have the space, we don't have the homeowners association hanging over our head telling us what we can and cannot do. I mean, we, other than property taxes and local ordinances that are in the township, which are not very high because this is zoned agricultural, we have so much possibility here. But that doesn't mean I won't miss the other house. I brought Nick home from the hospital there. Neil lived there from the time he was 5. I lost my mom when I was living there. I lost my 3rd pregnancy when I was living there. There were good, there was bad. And I'll miss my house. I'll miss my house. So, tonight, I think we're just gonna eat tacos for dinner because it's quick and easy. And then we're gonna go over to the house. We're gonna get the dehumidifier. We're gonna get our lamp. We're going to get some cuttings, is that what you say, how you say it? We're gonna get some snips from the rose bush and try to get those to grow here. So that we'll have something from the house, you know? I believe that this is the house I will die in. So I'd like to, at some point, get some clippings, that's what I wanted to say. Get some clippings. My parents' house, my brother still owns the house that I grew up in. And my parents' house had a white dogwood and a Wednesday's tooting and a deep purple lilac. You don't see very many deep purple lilacs. There's a lot of light purple lilacs and there's a lot of white lilacs, but you don't see a lot of deep purple lilacs. And I always said that I wanted to get a clipping from my parents' house, my brother's house now, of the lilac and of the dogwood, and grow them in my forever home. And I believe this is my forever home. So I need to start tonight with the roses and getting the last 2 things out of the house. 3 if you count the 3 if you count the extension cord. But it's sad to see. I'm gonna be sad to walk out of there tonight knowing that I'm never going back. You know, I wasn't sad to leave my parents' house. Sorry, I'm trying to cut a dead end off my hair. I wasn't sad to leave my parents' house because I was starting my life with John. And that was happy. I was happy to do that. The first house that John and I owned, I was very sad to see go. I had painted Neil's room. We had painted it blue, and then like I painted clouds and a rainbow and, you know, sunshine and that sort of stuff on the walls. I never did that at this house, this last house. But I was sad to see that house go too. Yeah. I'm probably not going to talk to you again until it's time for bed, because tonight is going to be emotional for me. I am going to miss my house. I'm not going to miss the traffic behind my house. I'm going to love the fact that here I have a backyard, a large backyard, acres of backyard that I can use to be my sanctuary. So that part of the house I will not miss. But I will miss my house. A lot. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work. I need a good night's sleep. I'm gonna miss my house. And that's okay. That's okay. I'll be able to drive by and see everything, at least from the outside, that the people are doing to it. I'll be able to see, you know, how much they tear out or do or replace or whatever. I won't have a reason to drive down that road very often because my road is parallel. The one outside the front of my house is parallel to that road anyway. But, you know, every once in a while, maybe for old time's sake. When we moved out of our first house, it was right around the corner from my dad's house. Actually, it was like 2 miles from my dad's house, 1.5 miles from my dad's house. Anytime we would go over to my dad and my grandparents lived a block away. So my dad's house is now my brother's house, and my dad now owns my grandfather's house. But they're a block away from each other, and I lived about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from them. And when we would go to visit on Sundays, we used to drive by our old house pretty regularly, actually. Almost like every other weekend we would drive by just to see it, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys down, and I will probably talk to you before bed. I'm gonna miss my house. I actually might film the house before we leave it. Not that I won't have the memories of it, but I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go. All right, you guys. Nick is over here singing. So we went to the old house. Shh, shh, shh. Went to the old house. John got a couple of clippings from the rose bush. There's this big one up here. And then he got some smaller ones over here that he has in a little baggie with some wet paper towels that we're hoping at least something will grow roots. There was some tears from me, from Nicholas. Nicholas was very sad. We haven't even closed on the house yet, and the new owner is already getting mail at the house. So there's that. Anyway, John got this little planter here. It's actually a saucer, but it was like 88 cents. He's gonna plant the small rose clippings in here. We're not sure. Well, we went to Lowe's, by the way. So we're gonna plant the small rose clippings in here. He got some dirt. I don't know. That's to plant the roses. He also got this thing here, this Smart Start all-in-one seed capsule. That's supposed to help with flowers. So we got that. That's all for the roses. Oh, here's another little clipping that we didn't. I might want to put that in water. I don't know. That he said he thinks that this is dead. I don't know. It looks like there's some new leaves. Maybe I'll put that in a little dish of water too. Anyway, and then I picked up at Lowe's this. Ooh, there's a leaf falling. Little greenhouse seed starter. There's 72 in here. Pretty much what you do is you put the seed in and then water it, and the trace, you keep water in the tray, and those little pellets, the little pellets here, like grow up to that big when you put the water in. So I got that. I got some sunflowers. I wanted to get some sunflowers, and I haven't ordered them online, but these are mixed colors, so I thought that would be cool. So you get a variety of sunflowers, so I thought that was cool. You're supposed to plant them in like May to June, so I'm gonna look forward to that. And then I also got some strawberry seeds. I think I gotta get these started now, actually. It doesn't say on it. I got a package that was opened. That was stupid of you, Jessica. But I think I need to start these now. Well, in a couple of weeks. Start seeds indoors 5 to 8 weeks before last frost in spring, and that's usually like the end of April. So the end of February I'll plant these. But Alpine strawberries. So I got that. And then, oh, the one other thing that I did get, let me show you. Put that in there like that, see if that'll work for us. I just put that little piece in with the big one. I'm gonna add a little more water, actually. I'm spilling water all over the counter. That's not very wise, Jessica. Okay, more water. Oh, I squeezed it by accident. Okay, let's put this down. And then I got some water on the counter. Let's clean that up with a kitchen rag. There we go. All right. So now it is filled up to here, and this little one is in the water. Okay. The other thing that I got were, let me turn this light on. These plants here, and they are indoor outdoor, so they're mini roses, and you can see they're like dying, right? That's why they were on clearance for $3 each. But the leaves are strong. Like the leaves, they're wilty, but there are strong leaves, and there's even some buds. So they were on clearance for $3. I brought them home, put some water in them. I just have them on a plastic dish here just to like cover them. This is Nick's Deadpool plant, my spider plant that my sister-in-law gave me when I first got my first house, and my aloe plant that my grandmother gave me, which needs to be split and put in multiple pots, and I haven't done that. Anyway, but I got these. This one's like this color, like an orangey color rose, and this one is a yellow rose. So I thought those would be pretty. Now they're just mini roses, so they're never going to grow bigger than like, you know, little buds. They're not going to be like the full-blown size roses. But my grandmother, before she passed away, got some, and she planted them outside my dad's house. It was her house at the time, my grandfather's house. But my dad now owns the house. My grandfather like sold it to my dad, and my dad owns the house now. My grandfather lives there. They have like they did like a deed that was like, lifetime deed. I forget what they're called, but pretty much my grandfather, not that my dad would ever kick my grandfather out, but my grandfather has right to live there until he passes away, basically. And you can put that in like legal documents and everything. Like I said, not that my dad would ever kick my grandfather out, but that's what they did. But anyway, I got the 2 roses and the starting things because I'm going to start planting all of my vegetables. And I got 72 because I don't think I showed you guys my thing. I mean, I showed you my garlic, but I don't think I showed you all the other veggies and herbs and stuff that we had gotten seeds for. So I think that might be something I do this weekend, is work on planting seeds. So maybe I did show you guys this. I've got some herbs. I got this honeybee mix, which I'm going to actually plant outside the greenhouse. I'm just going to plant it in the drain field, basically, because it's just like herbs and flowers and stuff. So it's not something that, you know, we're going to be eating or anything like that. So this being on the drain field is just fine. We've got some thyme, basil, chives, marjoram, and parsley. And then I've got some carrots, cantaloupe, pumpkin, tomatoes. I got 3 different kinds of tomatoes. Peppers, which I have, looks like 4 different kinds of peppers. Good job, Jessica. Way to keep track of what you're buying. Asparagus, sugar snap peas, celery, cabbage, onion, 2 types of lettuce, broccoli, radishes, watermelon, 2 kinds of corn, and then beans. That is all of the veggies and stuff that I bought. So assuming that I'm going to plant like more than 1 plant, I mean, like in those little things, I'm probably not going to plant my carrots, but I will do the tomatoes. And I have 3 different types of tomatoes. I have Rutgers, Roma, and Aunt Ruby. Oh no, I have 4 different types, and Jersey Boy. So I'm going to plant all 4 types of tomatoes. I have 4 different types of peppers. I'm going to plant all 4 types of peppers. You know, so I'm going to need multiples of those anyway. And I'm probably going to do multiple seeds. So like the Rutgers tomato, I'm probably going to plant at least 2 or 3, maybe 4 of those, etc. So, yeah. And then I've got the pumpkin, the asparagus. I'm curious to see about the asparagus. From my understanding is for asparagus, it takes like years for the asparagus to really take hold and grow well. That's my understanding. It could be wrong. But anyway, I've got all of these. I'm really interested in getting that corn growing too, but that should be interesting to see how that goes. But that's what I got those little peat moss thingies for. So tomorrow we sign the paperwork. I am very, very sad. I told John, I was like, I love our house. I am happy we're living in our house. I am happy we bought our house, but I don't want anybody else to have my old house either. I know that's silly, but I'm very sad. How are you, Nick? Are you still sad? I know you were very sad.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel?
I feel like they don't deserve it. I feel like someone else, like, maybe not like them, to deserve it.
You really like that house?
Yes.
Do you like this house too, though?
And I like both houses.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think someday Mom and Dad are going to put a pool in here. And I think you'll like this house better then, because this will have a pool.
Like an actual pool, or just like a...
Like an actual pool.
But that will take like years to...
I think it's going to be a couple of years, yeah. You'll probably be like a senior in high school by the time we can do that, but yeah. We'll see. We're going to figure it out.
Where's Dad anyways?
Dad's in bed waiting to go to put you to bed. Dad's probably on his phone, so we're going to wrap it up. Today I am thankful that we got the last couple of things out of the house, and we're almost to the end. As sad as I am, and as much as I was crying and Nick was crying, and I'm thankful that we're almost to the end. And I did film
the chapter of
the end of the chapter of that house, yeah.
and start a new chapter here.
Yep. And I filmed the entire interior of the house, and
me with it.
I'm gonna miss it. What?
And me with it.
Yes, Nick got in the video a couple of times too, but I'm gonna miss that house.
I feel like I was like shocked, like for some reason, like
You were what?
I feel like those people don't deserve anything. They deserve what they want to deserve, like their own house.
Yeah.
Which is probably not going to be their house.
Well, I think these people might be first-time home buyers. After my dad asked me a question yesterday or the day before, I really believe that they are probably first-time home buyers based on the question that he asked me. I was just totally baffled by it.
What's the first time phone?
It means that they have never owned a house before, that they've rented from somebody else, but this is probably the first time they're actually owning their own house. So, anyway, that's going to be it for today's vlog. Tomorrow is going to be very... Tomorrow's going to be really sad for me, but I think we're probably going to go out to dinner and celebrate. I already have a place in mind.
Which is?
I'm not going to tell you. It's going to be a surprise. But I think we're going to go out to dinner and celebrate the fact that I no longer have 2 mortgages to pay. I got to make a couple phone calls tomorrow. Number one, my dental insurance is still sending my information to the old house. I don't know why they are. They shouldn't be, but they are. And then on top of that, I don't know why the post office isn't forwarding it to us. They're so flaky. Some of the stuff they're forwarding, some of the stuff they're not, and it's really annoying. Anyway, like we got a card from the veterinarian that it's time to make an appointment for Pugsley. Or, not Pugsley, Wednesday. Pugsley was our first puppy dog. Wednesday. It wasn't forwarded. It should have been forwarded. They didn't forward it. So, it's just... Anyway. I gotta call the vet. I have to call my dental insurance. I have to call the water and sewer company because I mailed them a check on Saturday. It goes to a P.O. box. We literally mailed it in the post office that the P.O. box is housed in. And there's a little slot you can drop it in for local, like in-town mail. So literally we dropped it in that slot and it was like 5 feet from their P.O. box. And here we are a week later and they haven't cashed our check yet. So they're taking out of the settlement our water and sewer, which makes no sense because we literally mailed them a check.
We'll play a board game tomorrow.
We'll talk about that tomorrow, okay? But hold on one second. Sorry, I had to restart the camera because I've been talking for 14 minutes. So I gotta call them to find out if they're just gonna like not cash the check or if they're gonna send us a refund, because at this house we don't have an account with them anymore. We don't have water and sewer. We have well and septic. So they are either gonna have to send us a refund in the mail or what, I don't know. I'm gonna have to call them. So anyway, that's gonna be it for today's vlog. Nicholas, you ready to close us out?
I hope today, I don't know what to say. I just hope that today was just alright with yesterday.
I hope tomorrow will be just a little bit better than today, even though it probably won't because we're going to be sad.
Yes. Hope you have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. I just hope that.
Nick's very sad.
I just hope that this world is back to normal soon.
Nicholas is very sad on a lot of things. He's very sad about the house. He's also very sad about COVID still wreaking havoc on everything as well. So anyway, maybe we can play some of those card games I just bought. How's that sound?
Okay.
All right. Well, that's going to be it. We're going to put Nick to bed and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.